I think it's been a few weeks since I've done a surgery update, and things have been progressing so quickly that it's been hard for me to actually document it, make these videos happen while still being in the moment in training, because we are at this point now less than 3 weeks away from nationals. It's been 12 weeks since my surgery, and I'm doing really well. To preface everything, my foot does not feel amazing. It does not feel awesome, but it does feel good enough to where I've been able to do all of my dives on 10 meter. Since I've only been up on 10 meter for a few weeks now and just finished getting my list back this week, I'm not going to be competing the exact same list I competed in Rio or the past couple years, but instead I'm doing a little easier list. It just makes more sense to do that instead of try to throw myself too hard back into this and maybe mess things up, or maybe not compete as well as I could, or do more damage to my foot than necessary. It's easier to just do a few easier dives that, if done well, could score higher than my harder dives that might not go as well and cause more foot issues. Like I said, I haven't documented as much as I can in like a cinematic way for these surgery updates, but that's because I'm really living in the moment and I'm really trying my best to recover now that Nationals is just a few weeks away. And so on the screen right now are some of the dives I've been doing over the past couple weeks, and it's cool to see how I went from just being off the scooter to being able to do standing lineups to slowly start to jump, and now I'm back to full 10 meter in such a short amount of time. It's going a lot faster than I honestly thought it would, and I'm excited about that. Even though it doesn't feel perfect, I'm in a good spot and I'm happy with where I'm at. And so all I can really do going into this nationals is give 100% of my effort in the competition and be okay with where I'm at, because this is not the end, this is only the beginning. By the time nationals rolls around, I will have been diving for 5-6 weeks at the most at that point, doing most of my dives for only a total of 3 weeks. I think just being at the competition is something I'm excited for. Obviously, I want to perform well now that I am diving, but I'm not putting too much pressure on myself because this is just the beginning stages. Rehab's been going great. Recovery's been going great. It's so much different than after the first surgery. Yeah, it doesn't feel perfect, but after the first surgery, at 3 months, I was still on crutches and could barely put any weight on my foot. 3 months after my second surgery, I am pounding on the tower, I'm jumping, I'm flipping, I'm doing all of my dives and almost all of my full competitive dives from Rio. If this is where I'm at 12 weeks, I'm excited to see where I'm going to be at 24 weeks and then at 36 weeks and then a whole year later leading up to the Olympics. A year from now, my diving is going to look a lot different than it does right now. I'm going to be stronger, I'm going to be healthier, and it's because of these surgeries that I've been able to get myself back on track. This nationals is going to be a mental battle. I think going into it, I thought it was going to be a physical battle. Can I get my dives back? Am I going to be ready? And I've proven to myself that, yeah, my dives are back and I am ready to compete. Now the competition aspect of it is just going to be 100% a mental battle. Physically, I'm good enough to compete. I'm ahead of where I thought I was going to be, so I'm right where I want to be and right where I need to be at this moment. And so it's going to be about taking every dive one at a time, not getting too ahead, not looking at the results, not looking at the other athletes, only looking at what I'm doing and just being happy at the fact that I'm competing so early. I'm excited. I haven't competed since last June. That was the World Cup in China, and I dove well there. I was really happy with that, but I was hungry for more, and I was looking forward to the college season, and that didn't happen, and I was looking forward to Winter Nationals, and that didn't happen, and so now, 11 months after my last competition, I'm finally getting back into it. I'm ready to be in that competitive mode. I'm ready to see where I line up and what I need to work on going into the Olympics next year. This isn't the end. This is the beginning. This is a starting point, and I think it's going to be a pretty good starting point. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm just really excited to finally be back in my sport. I turned professional over 2 months ago, and I haven't competed yet because I just haven't been ready. There's not been competitions for me to go to, and now that I am ready and there is a competition coming up, I'm locked in, I'm focused, I'm ready to go, and I'm really excited to be back on the boards. For a while, it was hard for me to think about the day I'd be back on the boards competing, and now that it's less than 3 weeks away, I can visualize it, I can see it, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked.